Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of 10 Dead Rats.
That's us.
Oh, that is us.
Even though there's 5 of us and we're all people, it's 10 dead rats.
We're all 2 dead rats.
Excellent.
Each of us is 2 dead rats in a human suit.
Yep.
Okay.
The truth comes out.
Before we get started, I have a few announcements to make. The first of which is the declaration of our wonderful sponsors. Tonight's show is brought to you by Describe. Visit them at describe.com/wandering. That is DSCRYB.com/wandering. They are purveyors of fine box text for all your adventure authoring and running needs, whether that's building a new adventure from scratch to write down for future use, or playing on the fly using their search feature for locations and spells and monsters. Get yourself some nice descriptive text to juice up your adventure without breaking your brain. And you can use the code WANDERING when you check out at their site for a special discount. So check that out if you like. What else? Other announcements. We will be off next week due to unforeseen circumstances. Apologies, everyone. So we'll miss a week next week, but we'll be back the week after. And other announcements, we are all wondering if Max is actually going to play tonight. We're going to find out.
In protest, I'm not. I don't know what I'm protesting at. Look, I even shaved my head so I get closer to my Bruno, my inner Bruno, you know.
You weren't close enough already?
Oh, man.
You can't say that. All of our... Look, the people out there do not know that in real life I'm a great person that is not self-centered and a small hobbit. You can't give them that
You're
impression.
right. They definitely don't know that.
All right, with that, let's get going into tonight's episode of 10 Dead Rats. Welcome back, everyone. Last week on 10 Dead Rats, the group spent a good amount of time trying to figure out what the hell to do next. Standing in the room filled with empty lead boxes, suspended particles of warpstone floating in the air, they decided it was a good idea to experiment with a little spellcraft. And so used an invisibility spell, I believe, to attempt to spy through the trapdoor in the ceiling. And eventually, accidentally, at some point, some of that magical energy leaked into Bruno's backpack, causing his pet undead rat, Francis, to grow to enormous size. And,
Francis.
and harangue the party.
Francis was happy being the size he was, I think.
He was quite happy being alive, too.
Excitingly, then, Mina drew forth the magic wand, known to create electrical lightning, which filled the room, and again, the room being suffused with particles of warpstone, caused a massive explosion throughout the entire room, nearly killing the entire party. So amazingly, they managed to survive, but quickly decided that a retreat was in order. Made their way back.
Everybody? Did anybody have a hit point?
Yeffy still
Yeffy,
had a little...
Yeffy had like
held on.
one.
One hit point,
Yeah.
excellent. Wow.
Yeah.
Just one.
It was tough.
It was enough.
So most of the group scampered upstairs. Bruno, however, decided to grab up the staff and try to control Francis, which he seemed to be able to do somewhat successfully. Rode Francis back up to the surface.
That was cool.
Yeffy and Indigo took a little time to examine the inside of the temple, which they found to be very disturbing, filled with worshippers of Slanesh, up to who knows what in the rolling mists along the ground.
Oh, we know what.
Yeah.
It was obscured with mist, though. Obscured with mist. You may surmise what
Censored
you
for
like.
your entertainment.
That's right. That's right. A little bit of surgery took place, and the group then decided, as they witnessed parts of the castle beginning to sink into a massive sinkhole, that perhaps it was time to leave. So they beat a hasty retreat, except for Bruno, who decided it would be better to go run back down into the basement and jump down the skaven hole, just in case.
I just wanted to get the stone.
Just wanted that stone. Ran down the skaven tunnel and witnessed a massive skaven contraption known as the warp rail. A huge, huge train-like mechanism moving through a giant tunnel. Bruno attempted to approach to try and steal some of the warpstone loaded onto the back of the warp rail. Unfortunately, was seen and shot in the head by a skaven.
That was good.
An expenditure of a fate point has ensured that Bruno is alive, although he appears to be now a captive of the skaven. How that will go is unclear. Whereas the rest of the group made their way back to Wickendorf and had a nice exchange with Sergei, who they basically informed him that everything was awful and that everyone should run away. Sergei intimated he might return to Kislev. And the party stood, I think, in town. Oh no, I believe you actually returned to the camp and caught some Z's there in the little campsite of the brigands.
Yeah.
And then in the next morning, the brigands decided they had to see these strange things that the party described and ran off to Wittgendorf, leaving the group at the campsite.
But we did complete the ambition.
Did complete the ambition, technically. Did find the warpstone.
Did manage
In fact,
the party ambition. It's true.
Bruno, thanks to his noble sacrifice, is near or with or adjacent to the warpstone.
In many respects, I
Jason
already have it.
Yeah,
It's just extracting it from its current location that
there you
slightly
go.
harder than. No.
There you go.
No.
So we will begin in the late morning at the campsite, the brigand campsite, where Mina, Indigo, and Yeffy have managed to get a little bit of rest and perhaps gather around the campfire to discuss what's to be done next.
What is to be done next? Indigo's still
Well, there's no,
one arm.
There's no liquor anywhere in this damn town. And if there were liquor, it would be mutant, weird chaos liquor. We're not going to drink that. Or maybe I should just start drinking it, because who cares? Really? I mean, Francis drank it, right? Right?
Yeah.
That's why Francis was so big.
Yeah.
Francis? Gosh, I hope that's not how he names
Francis.
everything.
What? Name everything Francis?
No, just names like Francis.
Oh,
Other than that,
that's
we haven't
pretty-
met a lot of nice people with France or Franck or, those kind of names.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No more names.
I'm actually surprised he
Yeah.
hasn't shown up yet. Usually he comes back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of thought he'd be here by now.
Yeah. By now.
Same.
Yeah. Usually, like, if he...
Sometimes I can almost hear his voice.
Little soft voice. It's so hard not to hear that voice constantly. Yeah, like usually he shows back up, right? Like usually, like he knocks someone unconscious, or he goes chases off some girl who really doesn't want his attention, and then he comes back.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Usually beaten up, covered in shit, but
Yeah, but he's
We're not.
he's not back.
We're not like really gonna leave without him, right?
What?
That was just a thing we said. We're not really gonna leave without him. We wouldn't really leave people behind. That's not a thing we do.
I suppose. I
Right?
mean, we could go back. If he's not back now, he probably is some kind of trouble. Some kind of trouble that he.
Yeah, Francis could have eaten him. Francis could have become the king of the Skaven at this point. You know, he could have fallen into that room of clocks again.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
Maybe the bandits found him in the wreckage.
Yeah, the bandits.
Right.
Oh,
Go check.
Yeah,
I guess that's fun.
yeah,
Yeah, probably could over
probably.
harassing
Okay.
somebody else.
Well, yeah. Do we want to wait for them? Or go after them? Or...
Come on, let's go. Let's
Yeah,
go
so-
find him.
So it's late morning. I'll tell you. It's been a couple of hours. If you recall, it was just dawn when you arrived at the camp, and the bandits were very eager to go see what the strange things you described, and so they immediately left camp and went back to Wittgendorf. You decided though that that you would make use of their tents and have a bit of a nap. So a couple of hours have passed since then. So it's
Right.
now late morning. But none of the bandits have returned. Sergei left as well. He said he was headed back to Kislev. So it's just the three of you in the camp.
Yeah. So I guess we should head back to town. Where the bandits are.
Okay.
Sure. We can go see what happened at the castle. If the castle's, further down the ground. Because unfortunately, Bruno is quite small and he could have been crushed.
Right.
Not that I'm upset about that. It would upset me at all
No.
to hear that.
No.
Be probably what he deserves, honestly, but
Honestly, it is.
Well, I don't know if that's...
He's just,
I don't know if that's what he... I'm just... Okay, I know we talked about this yesterday, and I'm not going to make, any excuses except that, it was just like a pet that he was stupid about. He didn't kill anyone, except for, I assume, that rat, originally. But he killed a lot of people. I'm just saying. It's almost like I could hear him laughing at me now.
he is laughing at you right now. He's probably laughing at all of us.
I don't
And
know
then
if
writing
that's
about
true. He is
And he's
probably,
going to mail that. And it's probably going to get published.
that's kind of cool that he's
I'll
published.
publish it under my name, too.
Yeah. Why did that happen in the first place? No.
It's one of those mysteries,
Yeah.
All right.
It's one of those
So-
questions you just got to keep on asking.
Making your way back to Wittgendorf, I presume, as you have this conversation through the
yeah.
through the strange forest. You notice picking your way through the forest that it somehow seems slightly less ominous than it has in the past. It's still dark and dreary, and there are still strange fungal growths at various places. You don't stop to look and see if any of them have faces. But
We
you can't
don't.
help but notice occasionally here and there is a ray of sunshine breaks through the branches, or a stray blade of grass seems to emerge from otherwise dead leaves and underbrush. You have an odd sense of something, perhaps, moving in the right direction. You then arrive back at the town of Wittgendorf, and you can see that the town is abuzz with people. There are people moving about, picking through, where you can see there are many large dead flies lying about on the ground. There are a few. You notice a small stack of corpses, of bodies laid out that appear to be castle guards. So you can see that they have been kind of stacked by the side of the road. You can see people are seem to be trying to clean up or straighten up the general side of the town. Looking to the north, towards the castle, you can see, notably missing from the skyline, is the castle itself. You can just see a huge, what looks like a huge ruin up there now, just a pile of rubble. And surveying, as you come across a sort of a bit of a hill, just at the edge of the forest before the path runs down from there into the village. You kind of have a good view of the village and the castle beyond, and you can see this line leading from the village to the castle and further to the northwest. This furrow of earth, as if massive gopher had moved underground along from one point in the village up to the castle and then pushing further and further to the northwest.
What the hell?
I guess that's the skaven.
You're just gonna find a town person and grab them.
Okay.
And
Oh,
have you seen
my
a
arm.
halfling? Shut up. Have you seen a halfling? Have you seen a halfling? He's bald, obnoxious cackle of a laugh, probably had a bag full of things. Bald.
Finally.
No, I haven't. I've never seen no such person. Unhand me, you
I'm gonna
strange.
unhand you. I don't want to touch you. Doesn't mean he doesn't get out of the castle. Maybe the castle did crush him.
I mean, he could have gone underground, right?
To the skaven hole?
Yes.
Maybe.
I mean, if he's not here, he's not in the castle, then that's like the only other place. I guess.
Paul,
If
can
there
I
is-
see where in the town this big ridge starts?
You can see, look, as you trace it, you can see that it moves. That is this big furrow that goes straight up from where the castle is down towards town, and just as it reaches town, it kind of fractures into a couple smaller lines, and one leads to the location where you know the house of Dr. Rousseau, and you can see another line leaning to the old, decrepit, abandoned Temple of Sigmar.
Huh.
If you think he went down the skaven hole, then we should probably go down one of those furrows. Otherwise, he was crushed by the castle, or he's dealing with lots of cats.
Right.
Do you think the
Basic.
cats were crushed by the castle?
Oh.
Probably. The clock.
That's really depressing. Yeah, then the clock.
That's really depressing. I'm sorry. Can
Those cats
we
didn't
get
deserve that.
No, can we get DM confirmation that every cat survived? None of them got crushed by the castle.
You see any cats
No,
running
no.
out? This little peasant girl, she's got a cat with a human face.
Turns around and has a human face.
There are no signs of any cats at all here in the village.
Oh.
We said this module was dark, folks.
I mean, if he did go in the tunnels, maybe he escaped to one of these exits.
Maybe.
That's a good thought. Let's check out the temple. I don't want to go back to Dr. Rousseau's. Like, ever. This was
All
terrible.
right, let's go to the temple.
I made flies there. Yeah, let's go to the temple.
Okay. pick your way through town, and you can still see the people of the village still look pretty destitute. As you can see, some of them still cling to their bottles of strange bluish liquid that some of them are drinking. Others pick up at whatever refuse they can, or the corpses of giant flies, looking to see if they can make a meal out of such a thing.
No.
But you push through the village and you make your way towards the northwestern corner, where the old, decrepit, rundown temple of Sigmar stands. Now, it looks like it was once a fairly magnificent temple, but is covered in vines. Bits of masonry have crumbled away. It looks like it just hasn't been tended to in many years, it would seem. But you can see a large front door leading into the temple, over which is a somewhat vine-encrusted but still visible emblem of the twin-tailed comet.
Does it look defaced at all, like the last one we went to?
No, it just looks abandoned, would be your guess.
Okay.
All right, let's
No
cut through
orgies
some of
in
these
this one.
lines. Yeah, no orgies in this one. Gross.
As far as you know now.
Let's open up these doors. Let's go inside.
Yeah, I'll go in.
You pull some of the vines away, and eventually the door creaks open, and you can see it leads into a small foyer, a little antechamber containing a broken wooden offertory stand. Although if there's an alms tray, it's long since missing. Frescoes on the walls seem to depict scenes from the Legend of Sigmar. And straight across from you, another door leads into the main room of the temple itself.
Surprising it's this well put together. You think
It's
it being
nice.
next to a horrible source of chaos would kind of destroy it.
Well, Mina, I can't hear you.
That's true. I muted myself. I just said, I guess when you have nothing else, right? That's all you have.
Yeah.
People definitely did not have a lot.
All right, well, let's see if there's anything underneath the offering table thingy that Paul can't pronounce.
Yeah. I'll start looking around to see if I can find a hole.
A hole
I
in the
can't
ground.
pronounce
Here in the foyer?
tunnel entrance.
You're not...
It's probably
I'll go
downstairs.
deeper in. I'll just
Okay.
I'll just
You
search the hole.
push through the door into the main temple area.
Yeah.
You can see there is a large raised dais towards the back side of the room, taking up most of the room, in fact, at the top of which a large altar stands, and behind which is a huge statue of Sigmar, his right hand raised as though in blessing. You can see there are a magnificent vaulted ceiling. Again, everything looks a little dusty. There's bits of leaf litter on the ground here and there. It just looks disused, not defaced, but just not tended to in a very long time. The vaulted ceiling is covered in writings, in scripts. Seems to be something recorded there across the ceiling in elaborate writing. There, on top of the altar, there does look like there are a couple of objects resting, and to your left and right there are doors exiting the main temple chamber.
What's on the altar?
You approach, you climb the dais and walk towards the altar, and you can see laying on it are a large key next to a leather-bound book, which is lying open.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Ominous.
Pig went to
Free.
Cool, and take that key. That It's gonna be handy.
Jeff, you go up and you grab the key, and it's like a big, it's like a key to the city kind of key, like a big, very large metal kind of.
Oh my God, you're mayor.
I'm the mayor.
Worst city.
I'm the mayor of the worst town ever.
What's the book?
Oh, you look at the book, and it appears to be a history of Sigmar. So it outlines. Hang on here, got to reference this thing. Outlines the general legend of Sigmar. Talks about Sigmar Heldenhammer, who was the first son of a chief of the Unberogen tribe, who was heralded by fierce storms and a twin-tailed comet. He was known to have it was marked for destiny at an early age, and demonstrated his prowess by defeating a whole goblin war party single-handedly. Talks about how he was a friend of the dwarves and eventually made the first emperor of the empire. Talks of the Battle of Blackfire Pass, where there was a terrible slaughter, but the day was saved by Sigmar. It speaks of how his reign was ultimately not the longest of the emperors, but it was. But the strength of the empire was built upon those early days, led by Sigmar, and how just 50 years after his coronation, he abruptly laid aside his crown and said, "The time has come to return Skullsplitter to its makers," the mighty axe that he was carrying at the time. "And this is a road I must walk alone." And with that, he left his palace in Altdorf towards the dwarven citadel of Karazakarak, permitting no one to accompany him. And he was never seen again, nor did the dwarfs ever tell of his arrival.
Convenient.
But it is said
that
one day, when the Empire is in its direst of need, that Sigmar will return, and his coming will be foretold by a twin-tailed comet.
Ooh. Nina does a dramatic reading for the non-reading members of the party.
Nina, you also notice as you lift up the book to read the dramatic reading, you notice that there is a spare piece of parchment laying on the altar that was under the book that has some writing on it as well.
Oh, well, she will read that as well.
Great. That I will get to you in just a moment here. Because I actually have a handout for that.
Letter.
Sigmar holding a hammer.
A Sigmarite orgy, so it was very boring.
Missionary only orgy.
I gotta go back home and pay more attention to my schooling, I guess. But no axe.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention to a lot of this either. I wasn't really raised religious, you know.
Well, you guys didn't have to go to temple every week. Apparently didn't take you.
I was supposed to go, but kind of skipped a lot of it. It seemed really boring.
I mean, it was, but if
I'm
you
a
didn't
dwarf.
go, you turn into a monster.
That's fair.
You pretty much just hang out with rocks, build stuff.
Well,
Take
right. I
stuff
assume you have your own dwarven god that you go to temple for, or else you turn into a monster. More sleep gets you in the middle of the night.
Yep, that's how I was raised.
Yeah, I didn't really.
That's fine.
It's like I'm like a high holidays kind of religious. Like you go for the big ones. Sigmar's Day. Trying desperately not to say Hanukkah.
And did you have access to our shared Google Drive there?
Sigmar Hanukkah.
Potentially. Is it pinned? Let me check really quick.
If you can find it and
yes.
find the handouts, H14 declaration is what you're looking for.
I found it very quickly,
Would you like to read it out?
I'm very proud of me. Sure. Oh, it's ominous. And all those who would venerate chaos shall tremble and despair. For when the dwarves return to Zion, that's a Z, right? And a twin-tailed comet fills the sky. Though the chaos gates be open, the mutant hordes shall die. Amid a host of warring brothers, a standard is unfurled, rallying men and dwarf behind it in the battle at the end of the world.
As you read this aloud, it almost seems as if the lights in the temple itself grow dim, and Mina's voice carries and echoes throughout the chamber. And the Indigo and Yeffy, you're looking at Mina, and you can't help, your eyes are drawn to the statue of Sigmar, who stands behind the altar. And you can see the eyes almost seem to glitter with life. And you hear, as Mina completes this reading, you hear a voice boom out. That hour is fast approaching. Who shall be ready?
Whoa. Sigmar? Is that you?
I think the answer's supposed to say, I'll be ready, right? That's what you're supposed to say.
Indigo, you hear the voice respond immediately. My child, I shall give you a sign. Go now, and find the source of the chaos which warps my lands.
Oh my gosh. Whoa, what? Indigo. You've been chosen by Sigmar. You gotta go do that now. I can't, because I'm a dwarf. I'm only supposed to, help out. That's what the letter said. But that's...
Indigo, are you currently wounded?
I'm extremely wounded, yeah.
You are no longer wounded. All of your wounds heal and knit, and you feel totally fine.
Whoa. You're on a mission from God.
That's what happens when you go to the temple, I guess. All the time.
Of course, Sigmar. Of course, Indigo fumbles for a minute and then puts a couple of crowns on the altar in time. I'll do that right away.
Excellent. Indigo, as you take out the crowns and you place them on the altar, you feel the altar shift and move slightly under your hand.
Whoa! I'll try to wiggle it.
You start to wiggle it and push it, and it slides easily, much more easily than you would expect. It slides easily away from you, revealing a staircase leading down underneath it.
What?
The sign.
Is this the sign?
I think this is a secret passageway. Oh my god.
Indigo goes up the stairs right away.
Indigo goes rushing down the stairs. The light of Sigmar in his eyes. Mina and Yeffy, are you following?
Has the light on the statue turned off yet?
It looked
brightened.
Yeah.
Does it look
it wasn't so much light. It was just. It almost just looked like the eyes had a twinkle to them, like they were living eyes rather than a statue's eyes. But as you look at it now, it looks normal.
Oh, thank God. Mina wasn't going to say a word while that was happening. Did not want to be noticed at all. Did a lot of chaos recently. All right, yeah, let's go upstairs.
Okay.
Yep. Great. Sigmar's chosen. That's dope. Congratulations. Mm-hmm. Or something.
What?
I don't know if
Indigo's already down the stairs. You don't have to.
I'm saying it honey. Past the stairs. I'm following.
Okay. You go rushing down, or you follow down. Indigo, you've made your way down much more quickly than the others. You find yourself in a dank, dark crypt. You can see various niches carved into the walls that hold remains. Bones litter the floor. There are some tunnels here and there that seem to be dug into the raw earth. and one very noticeably fairly large one that has you notice a lot of fresh earth lying around on the ground, and you realize even as you look, a little bit kind of drips and a few rocks scatter to the ground from it, leading to the north. And you think this must be directly under that big furrow you saw.
Oh.
Yeffy, as you come down into the crypt behind and see Indigo kind of looking around, you realize that this place looks very familiar to you. And as you look around, you can definitely point out, and you're pretty sure that one tunnel over there leads to Rousseau's basement, because you're pretty sure you remember coming through it once before.
Oh, yeah, this is the place where they had the Narap, or the not Narap, but, the blue bleach stuff. Yeah, I've been here. Yeah, so that's the basement. And I didn't see all these other tunnels. That's another new one over there. I didn't get to explore the tunnels. I pretty much just saw the weird guy, and then I ran away. So,
Yeah,
Yeah,
things got
valid.
pretty wild in Rousseau's basement.
Totally. All right, well, let's go down this fresh one, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah?
it's got to be where the skaven went.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. You start
You do that.
making your way down this tunnel, and it does seem like this tunnel is it's fairly large. You're able to stand upright in it, no problem. But it also looks not exactly structurally sound. As you're making your way down it, occasionally little bits of dirt fall from the ceiling. You can see bits of root from above plant life poking in, or where they've been hacked or gnawed or broken violently off. Your guess would be that something dug this tunnel very quickly and very roughly.
Dug in a hurry. Did they dig it was it like claw marks, like digging, like a skaven digging, or is it mechanical in any kind of way with tools like a dwarf would excavate a tunnel, or is it more like a worm came through here? Giant.
Excellent question. Roll me an intelligence test, Yeffy.
My best roll ever. Super excited about this one, guys. Oh, I rolled a 2, which makes it a 1.
Excellent. The one thing you can say for sure is it's not like careful dwarf work. That's you're used to. And you're they would put support beams in. They would cut with tools. This looks way rougher than that.
This is a tunnel, guys. So this is like a shoddy tunnel.
Oh, great.
Whew, and I know tunnels real well. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think it's
what
gonna
is it?
fall in on us?
Oh, probably. Well, yeah. Don't move too quick. Don't push up. Don't raise the roof. It's gonna come down. Don't pull on that root either.
Definitely move quick.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, Sigmar, he wouldn't let the taps on us.
Oh, Christian, we're losing you a little bit there, I'm afraid.
Oh, no.
I meant to mention that during our announcements that there is a storm rolling through our rolling through the Northeast right now. So apologies if that gets in the way of our game.
Yeah,
say it again. Say it again, Christian.
Not sure if I can do anything to fix that. Yeah, but Inigo says, well, surely if Sigmar showed us.
So close.
Right?
So close.
So
At
close.
least know it's about Sigmar now.
It was something about Sigmar.
Yeah, Sigmar is showing us the way. Got it. Yeah, probably gonna be because Sigmar did something, and now the tunnel's super good because Sigmar said those things. Made his eye beam slow. Yeah.
That's great.
Well,
Just
he's
keep
so far
moving,
ahead of us,
Nina.
we can't make it out. Yeah. I think he's saying because Sigmar did the magic stuff, he wouldn't have made him feel better. And then anyway, let's go. Let's go.
You continue pushing down the tunnel, and after a little while, it joins an even larger tunnel. And you can see another small tunnel leading off of it here at this point. But the interesting thing about the larger tunnel that it joins is that there are metal rails laid on the ground on this tunnel, like you would expect a real mining operation with like mine carts, except that the rails are much bigger. That if it was a mine cart being pushed by a man, that man would have to be 20 feet tall.
Oh, Jesus.
This is
Sigmar.
nice for work, though. This is nice. Look at that. These dwarves must be huge. Giant dwarves.
Those
Who
are called men.
You're not here. Oh my god.
Can
Yeah,
we
that's
hear
exciting.
anything?
Yeah, put your ear to the rail of your sound.
I
This
don't
is
want to
how
put my
I
ear
grew
part
up.
out.
This is how I grew up.
Really?
It's like the sounds of home.
Yeffy, you do feel a slight vibration as you press your ear to the rail.
There's a vibration or something coming. I don't know which way, but you know, it's around. Something moving down the track. We should probably get off the tracks. Somehow.
Yeah. Is there like any space, like an alcove or something, where we can like duck into?
You can easily stand on one side or the other of the rail. So it's you're in a tunnel, you know. So and it's kind of circular, right? And just pushes through the underground. And in the center of that are these rails. So you could walk to one side or the other. There aren't like little alcoves or anything like that.
There's no way to be hidden.
Not really. Not if you're going to follow the rails. You are just as you just entered this tunnel. The rails kind of end here, and there's another small tunnel that leads kind of back to your right, which you would guess pushes back to somewhere back towards Wittgendorf. You think if you're aligning yourself up correctly.
I want to follow these rails. See where they go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like how you say okay, but you say no with your head. It must be a human thing.
Yeah.
Let's
Not really a human thing.
okay.
It's a me thing. Yeah, let's do it.
All right. I'm gonna be a little more stealthy while doing this. Yeffy's gonna just kind of tiptoe along and from time to time put her head on the rails and smoothly touch it and caress the rail while she's doing it, like, little mining cart, where are you? Little mining cart.
These giant dwarves.
You follow the rail down this tunnel for what feels
Adorable.
like ages. Hours go by as you continue down this tunnel. Everybody roll me an intelligence test, please.
5.
12.
4.
Oh,
Excellent.
boy. We're in a tunnel.
Yeah. So you continue making your way down this tunnel. Mina, the one thing you notice is every now and then you look up on a wall and you see a cut in the wall that you think maybe isn't just a straight cut, but is like a marking of some kind. But if so, it's not in any language or any symbology that you recognize. But it does look like something has periodically marked the wall intentionally in some way.
Since we're walking for literally hours and it's super quiet, can I like search through the books I have with me and see if it lines up with anything?
Sure. Yeah.
They'd be chaos-related books, so that might not be
You page
okay.
through.
Like that might.
You page through the books you have on hand, and I'm fairly certain absolutely none of them have any symbol like the one you're seeing on the wall.
Okay, but I am reading while walking, and
Very
I
good.
do trip at least once.
Yeah.
Just directly faceplant. It's very embarrassing.
You make your way down this tunnel. At one point, actually fairly early on, at one point, you pass an area where you can see a huge cave-in on your side. Like, it looked like maybe another equally big tunnel led to the right, but it's just completely collapsed, and you can see all this rock and rubble and debris.
Wow. Interesting. Any other kind of rocks? I'm being way too smart. Never mind. It's rocks. They're just rocks. They're like any other rock. There wouldn't be any other kind of rock or foundation in that rubble that would tell us what was there. It's fine. It's cool.
Do you want to pick through some of that rubble, Yeffy, or do you just look at it and go, screw it, and move on?
I'll pick through some of it.
Okay,
I like rocks.
Roll me another intelligence test.
Before.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, look at this.
This is Yeffy.
Sedimentary.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gosh darn it! I rolled a
People was their
3.
element.
3. Excellent.
These are really great rocks. Look at this. This is a quartz,
Yeah.
and this one's just like a normal limestone. Who uses limestone? What's this doing here? It's crap. All right. Look at this guy. I'm going to put this in my pocket.
Yeffy, what you do, the one piece of information you do glean from picking through the rocks is that some of them have a nice square cut.
Ooh, look at the edge on this one. Like, hit
like a brick.
someone with it. Yeah, it's almost like someone cut it, but that's ridiculous because we're in a tunnel underground. No one's down here except for whoever built that rail. Yeah, I mean, it couldn't possibly be from some kind of structure.
I was going to say, I don't suppose any of them are wet.
No.
No. Okay.
Wow,
That's fine.
This one looks like a cinder block.
Excellent.
That's ridiculous. I didn't think that was a natural formation.
You continue
Yeah, how
following the rail for what feels like hours. You start to lose track of time. You're not sure because it's just dark down here. You've maybe got a lantern. Somebody's got a lantern, I assume.
Yeah.
And you get hungry. You stop and you eat whatever food you may have on your pack. And you become unclear exactly how long you've been down here and starting to wonder if this really is a fool's errand. When you notice up ahead something unusual, you notice a side opening on the left, and you notice something strewn about on the ground in front of that opening. Somewhat to the side of the rail, between the rail and the opening, you can notice some lumps of something on the ground. It's still fairly distant. You're just starting to see this.
Oh, look at that. It's probably more cinder blocks.
Probably.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Mina, why don't you go poke whatever that is?
I will. I will poke it with my staff.
Mina, as you get closer, you can see what appears to be actually a couple of dead skaven laying on the
Oh,
ground
jeez.
by this opening on your left.
Oh.
Oh, God. I hope nothing terrible happened, because I did stab it with my staff.
You prod it with the staff. Nothing untoward. The skaven does not get back up.
Oh, this is great. This is great.
What?
This is great.
I mean, yeah.
Well, we definitely know that they're down here. And they died somehow. Maybe Bruno fought them. Maybe Bruno's okay somewhere down here.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Someone
I've
else
seen him
fought
kill a
them.
skaven.
Yeah. I'm going to put on this cloak that the Skaven's wearing now.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do
You want how the tables have turned, and now who's dressing up?
Yeah.
Circle.
Yeffy, you take some of the Skaven's gear and try to make yourself look vaguely Skaven-like.
I want to investigate these bodies a little bit. Can I tell what killed them?
Sure. Turning them over and just looking at them with a cursory glance, you notice immediately that one of them has got horrible blisters all over its face.
Yeah.
Like it was just hit with something very hot, or submerged or splashed with oil or something like that. And another one has a couple crossbow bolts sticking out of his back.
Huh?
Can I peek in the entrance? Like, it's an entrance to something. You
It's
said
a
there
cave.
were like
Yeah,
bodies.
there's a cave entrance to your left. You can see a tunnel leading perpendicular to the one that you have been walking down.
Huh. I want to look at the
Sorry, Mina, as you peered into that entrance, you think you can see a couple more bodies, another 30 or so feet in.
I want to look at the ground around their bodies to see if I can see any like footprints besides skaven footprints, or if it's just all rat.
Give me a tracking roll, please. That would be
14.
okay. You do see a lot of prints around here. It looks like there was a lot of movement. You can see many skaven prints, and they move about and they scatter all around as if there was a big kerfuffle of some kind here. A lot of skaven moving very rapidly. You don't see any prints that were decidedly not skaven, but it's a little hard to tell because the ground is so messed up here. But you can see general movement. You can see that besides this particular area, right where the bodies are being all churned up, you can see some tracks leading away, some towards the new cave entrance, and some back towards where the rails are.
This looks like Skaven fighting Skaven.
Probably.
Which seems weird.
Well, if we're assuming that the Skaven got the rock and that, you know, you've been given a mission from God or whatever to get the rocks, it makes sense that there would be infighting for them, right? We know there's at least two different groups of them that we've seen. The more diseased ones and the less diseased ones.
You think those were two different types of Skaven?
Oh, I just assumed they were like two tribes or something. Like one of them that had been doing the chaos stuff and one that hadn't. Right? I could be wrong. I don't know anything about Skaven. I'm talking out of my butt. But
I mean, last month I didn't think they existed, so
do these Skaven all look like non-diseased? Do they all look like they're potentially from the same group?
Yeah, they look much like the Skaven you fought underneath the castle. They do not look like the ones you saw under Rousseau's.
Yeah.
What about the ones that we saw when we first met Mina?
When you first met Mina, those ones looked similar to the ones under the castle as well.
So not the ones that have been producing the Nara.
Correct.
Nara.
Yeah,
So
these ones are
guys...
they look more healthy. They look they're generally browns in color. They often wear armor, bits of armor, leather armor, or even some metal armor. The ones under Rousseau's were wrapped in bandages and looked diseased. They were often they were white or gray.
Well, do we follow this off cave or following the track?
Well, if I've ever met Bruno, I would say he's where the danger is, so where the rocks are. So that would be my guess. But
The dead bodies?
we could follow the dead bodies. That's always fun. Got a button that'll make the dead bodies talk, and I'm not using it, which is good, because that's important. But just saying, still have that. Guess you want it.
All right. So let's check out this off then.
Okay.
All right. Well, Bruno, we know how to find you. Always followed the corpses of dead rats. Thanks for coming along.
You push.
That's a show.
Yeah. How many Skaven are there? Is it 10?
So you're headed down this offshoot tunnel. Is that right?
Yes.
And who is in the lead?
I'll go first.
Indigo.
Okay.
Very good. Indigo, you push forward, and about 30 feet. Roll me intelligence test as you approach this second group of bodies.
10.
10. Okay. You can see a heap of bodies. They look like more skaven. One of the things that stands out is one of them is very large and hulking and muscular. It's not wearing any armor. It's kind of got like not much fur, and it's got big muscles, and it's easily twice the size of the other skaven. And then a bunch of other skaven, but they're just in a pile. There's got to be at least half a dozen of them.
That's 10. I think combined.
Yep. We did
We
it.
did it. Well, it took 3 seasons, but we made it.
What do you do, Indigo?
Does the tunnel continue past this pile?
Yes, it does. Yep.
I'll check out the pile. I'll go poke around, see if they look the same, if it looks like the similar injuries.
Okay.
Make sure Bruno's not in the pile.
Digging through the pile,
Sure,
as
it's not in
you
there.
push some of the corpses away, you can see first of all that they're glistening. It's like they have some kind of they're wet, or they have some kind of residue or oil on them. And as you push them up, as you push some of them down, you can see many of them are covered in these blisters. And as you kind of heave the big one to the side at the bottom of the heap, you see a crushed and very disheveled and broken form of a small, bald halfling.
Bruno?
It's my
Grab
brother,
him
too.
and pull him up.
Excellent. Bruno, you feel yourself being roughly shaken awake. You have vague memories, flashes of being abducted by the skaven, of being tied up and shoved around, of an attack, of something falling on you from above, and a burning sensation. You notice you feel like on your face and your arms, you feel this horrible burns. You have one wound, Bruno.
Now, that's actually how much I had anyway.
Excellent, great. You have one wound, and you can feel yourself being shaken awake by Indigo.
Oh, 5 more minutes.
Bruno, you're alive! He's alive! What? And I'll just pull him up and gesture him towards the rest of the
Bruno!
What?
Did you kill all these rats, Bruno?
What? Oh. Must have. Must have done
I
it.
believe that.
What happened? What happened? Did I get it?
What?
You got what?
The stone? Put me down. Put me down.
Did you get it?
You feel around. There's no stone.
No.
Bruno, it's a miracle.
Bruno runs up to Yeffy if he sees her and gives her a big kiss on the lips.
Yeffy kisses Bruno back and then pushes him. I'm mad at you!
What? Oh. Okay, alive. Definitely still alive. Yep.
You're still, yeah, you are still alive. Oh, that was just a test for aliveness. Got it. Didn't think.
Yep, just tested and thought this might be hell, but nope, still alive. Yep. That's all.
I thought you were dead.
Me too, honestly.
And I thought maybe that was okay.
What? It's not okay. I would be dead.
But maybe
That's the opposite
maybe
of
you
okay.
took it too far again, and then that was just it. This is where we're at.
What? Well, I'm
That's
alive.
a really
so
crappy thing to do to somebody. Make them think that you're dead when you're not dead, and just run off and leave them all alone.
what?
A bunch of rats. And Indigo.
Oh my God,
has
like
been
what I
doing a
did to
lot. She just got
Francis.
chosen by Sigmar. Francis.
Oh, I don't know what happened to him.
He's probably
I hope
dead.
he died.
Oh,
Fine.
again. Oh, we already
could
experienced it
stop.
once. He probably hated it the first time.
Do you realize
Have you
what we
been
went through, Bruno? Do you realize Mina has been beside herself, constantly saying how much she likes you just to make her feel better about losing you? And
Oh, that's
Indigo
nice.
has been chosen by a god
Okay.
now.
I've
Started
been
turning
chosen by
to
Sigmar.
That's
Look at us.
Look, my
Not-
arm's
not-
fine
That's
now.
pretty cool.
Wow.
We'll waggle my broken arm just right in Bruno's face.
Really?
Yep.
Didn't I
Totally
fix this
fine.
before I disappeared?
No.
No, you badly fixed my leg. I've been limping this whole time.
Well, look, it was a bad circumstance. Okay, wait. So you ran after me. That's good, yeah, because we were going to get the stone. I knew you guys would come around. Also, it's way worse than... It's like a lot worse than I thought.
Oh,
It's like not a couple of skaven.
what did you
Also,
see?
I got
many
shot in the face.
What?
Sorry, I had like a bullet hole right in my head here. Seems okay.
Feeling your head, actually you realize that you have very sensitive spots on your head. And those of you looking at Bruno can see that on the top of his head and on his forearms, there are bright red blisters.
Oh.
Ow!
Ooh. Oh, ow, 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 ah.
I'm gonna ignore that. Okay, I'm gonna pull out my last remaining worldly possession, my scalpel, if it's still on me.
Yeah.
I
You
was
find
gonna
your
do a
scalpel.
quick excision of one of these blisters. Yeah, I'll do an arm one, not a face one.
Okay. Oh, it hurts. It hurts like hell. You're pretty sure you were very badly burned.
But no, like distinctly blue or green pus or anything
No.
coming out.
No, it looks
Okay.
like
No faces.
looks like normal burns.
Whew.
Is
Okay,
Bruno
yeah,
also-
no faces.
Bruno, you have
Like the rest of
this
the bodies?
memory of like hot rain suddenly in your head, like
Man. Oh, and there was a thing, like a mine cart, but way bigger,
Oh.
and tons of skaven, and they had tons of stones. They had a whole, like, boatload.
Jesus.
Oh.
Like,
That's-
it wasn't like you know, there was that one stone we were trying to find, right? And it fell from the sky. That was not some kind of isolated event, apparently. They just, a whole, like, thing of them. And I tried to grab one, because, you know, they all look the same to me. And then I got shot in the
Yeah.
face.
Huh.
And then this whole
Well-
thing.
This is good. This is great. Now we know
No.
where the corruption is.
It's
Sorry, let me back
under-
up. Bruno, I've been given a mission from Sigmar himself. The voice of the god spoke to me, healed my wounds, and said I gotta root out some corruption that's in his land or something. This is it!
It's like one day and Indigo just goes crazy without me. It's probably from grief. No,
I mean, look
this
at my
isn't
arm.
it. That is unexplainable. Unless you saw
Yeah,
someone else
fine.
fix your arm, which is
Nothing happened.
okay. But did he give you was Sigmar like specifically go underground and fight the Skaven?
Kinda. He
What?
opened
I don't
the,
think you were specific.
he opened the
You said
staircase.
root out the corruption.
Oh,
That is what he said.
root out. That means it's probably a plant-based corruption.
No, he means the rock.
I think he means the rocks.
He means rocks. Yeah. And the people who use the rocks, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're rats.
Well, there's also the orgy party. Also wants to, has something to do with those rocks too. They wanted the rocks. Orgy
Ooh.
party.
We should probably start
Is
with
that
the castle.
orgy party without me?
Oh,
No,
and
we didn't go to
the
orgy party with you. There was the temple with the orgy, but there's also the brother who's having an orgy off in the bad place we don't want to go to, but we're probably going to end up going to. Yeah.
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 there's the pit. We have no idea what's going on in the pit still.
And we don't need to. Right? Right. We can
Look,
just go find the
if
rocks.
you've got to root out some kind of corruption, maybe we should just pick the orgy corruption and skip the whole rocks and Skaven thing. I'm sure Sigmar will be happy with whatever we can, one or the other.
Ooh.
Right?
Well,
That's a good question. I don't know.
It's your quest, Indigo. What kind of corruption do you want to root out?
I don't know.
He's
So,
never gonna-
at first I thought it was the rocks. But now it seems like the rocks are really far away. And they're not in the castle from where the Sigmar statue told me to go and root out the corruption. But I don't know if Sigmar meant the corruption in his land, like the Empire, or the corruption in his land, meaning Wickendorf.
Well,
Huh. A lot more
See,
questions
Wickendorf
to this
is
chosen
technically
one
a
thing.
independent legal entity, so...
well, maybe if we go back to the ruins of the castle, it'll tell us how to destroy the rocks.
Yeah. Dagmar's
Oh.
library.
Maybe.
There was all that library.
Yeah, but you're a dwarf.
Yes,
You're supposed to help
I am.
humans out when we get religious quests, right? What do you think I should do?
I think that's racist.
Lord.
Wow.
Originally, I mean, of course,
I think that I can't believe I'm gonna say this. I think that story mentioned a bunch of dwarves, and the dwarves are supposed to help you. So maybe we're supposed to get this rock and take it to the dwarves, or tell the dwarves about the rocks, and then maybe they can help find the skull splitter axe or something, and they can tell us more about Sigmar. I don't think they're going to tell us anything about Sigmar because I don't even know if that guy actually ever showed up. I think he maybe wrote a really cool story and he just included the dwarves because no one ever wants to go talk to dwarves. But it could be a thing that happened. And then find out about that place they're supposed to return to that mom and dad neglected to mention to me, or I wasn't paying attention at the time.
right.
Y'all got up to
Okay.
a lot while I was down here. How long has it been? Just like a week? A month?
Yeah, it's been a couple hours.
So
I mean, no,
yeah.
it's been days. It's been days, Bruno. Days. You
Wow.
made us worry. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just
Should be.
wanted to get the stone. I thought we were going to
I
get the
forgive
stone.
you. Everything's fine. Let's go get the rock.
Mina, a drip of something wet strikes you in the cheek. Just a little droplet hits on your cheek.
Does it hurt?
No,
No, it's just,
You just-
wet. I look up and try and determine what it might be.
looking up above you, you can see a section of the cave ceiling above you is perfectly smooth stone, completely flat. And in right above you, there's a hole about this big, and a little something drips from it.
I step back and I try to hold my hand, touch it and hold my
Yeah.
hand to the light source to see if it's blood or something.
It's greasy. It's oily. It's not
let's
blood.
back off. Let's back out. Let's back out. I don't want to get covered in oil like Bruno did. Let's move.
What? Oh, we should
Okay.
move. We
We should move.
now.
We should move. We should move.
Yeah,
We should move.
yeah, yep.
What's
Okay.
that?
Do you go
but-
further in or back towards the rail?
Whatever direction we were already facing, so we're probably facing in the further in direction. So
Okay.
Mina's just going to run in that direction. Whatever's
Okay.
shorter.
Great. You push forward
follow
into
after
the
Mina.
tunnel. You go another
Let's go.
50 feet or so, and the tunnel widens into a cave, but the north wall and the southwest wall are completely flat and smooth like worked stone. And in the northwest corner, there is an opening into another cave. It looks like. It's this
Where
odd
are we?
combination
These are
of...
nicer tunnels.
Yeah.
This is nice. Look at this. Ooh.
I guess is anything happening back in the cave what we left? Like is more...
Looking back into the tunnel, you look. Nope. You wait a moment, and you hear a light drip.
Oh, ooh, ooh.
You
Okay, I'm
Bruno?
pretty sure that's oil that they're about to set on fire.
Mm.
Who?
Also,
think they
now
already
that
did. It was an ambush.
oh
Poured
Jesus,
the oil. They set it on fire, and then they got those skaven, and I am alive somehow, unsuspiciously.
well, I'm
Who others
happy
skaven?
about that.
I guess. I don't remember. There were a lot of skaven, and I gotta be honest, they all kind of look like rats, so it's hard to tell, one group from the other. Wait, did I tell you about the giant thing that was on the tracks? And
Yeah, the
like a
mining
big
cart.
Mine cart.
except, it just kind of moved on its own through magic or something.
What do you mean?
What do I mean? I mean it kind of moved on its own without, like how you put a boat in the water and it just kind of moves?
Uh-huh.
It was like that, except underground.
Oh.
There wasn't any water. And there were a lot of skaven.
Rat magic.
Can rats do magic?
So were most of the tunnels you saw like the last tunnel, Bruno, or were they finished like these nice walls? This is nice. Somebody put some time and effort into this.
I don't think they were nice.
Yeffy, looking at it now, what it looks to you is not so much like a worked tunnel, but you're in a cave, and like a piece of a room juts into the cave. Like you can see a squarish wall, and you can see another piece of a squarish wall. So it seems almost like someone
God damn it.
built a room into this cave, or jutting into this cave, like you're on the outside of that room.
Oh, outside of a structure, a foundation
Yeah,
of
like a structure. Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like a wall,
castle.
and it looks to you, the stonework is really nice. So it looks, your guess would be dwarf make.
Oh.
It's the castle, right? It's sunk into the ground.
You think so? This is really nice. I don't remember the foundation. I don't remember the basement of the castle really looking like this, but I kind of want to see more of it.
Yeah.
Let's go look around
Let's
what
check
the
it
edge
out.
of this structure is. I mean, it's interesting because Dagmar had all those writings with the dwarves and stuff. And now Sigmar has stuff with dwarves. I want to see what's going on here. It's kind of interesting. Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Or do you still want to go and get the rock, Bruno? And Mina?
No,
He's doing that.
this is good. This is good. Let's do non-rock stuff, or other rock stuff. Different kinds of rocks.
I liked your plan. The thing I didn't like about your plan before was that we would have to carry the rocks around. So if we can make contact with the dwarves before grabbing the rocks, I think that would be ideal.
I'm
Just to
pretty
know
sure you can
what
just
to
pick
do
them
with
up. The Skaven didn't
Yeah,
have a
I don't
problem.
wanna- I don't want to touch them. I don't want to touch them. You guys remember how we were in the room with little bits, tiny, tiny microscopic bits of the
Where you tried
rocks,
to kill
and then
all
I
this, yeah.
kill everyone.
Francis.
I didn't mean to. I'm really sorry. I'm really. Admina
Francis
scoops down.
got very hurt.
I don't care
Yeah.
about that. Please stop talking about Francis. But Mina's going to scoop down and give Bruno like sort of a half hug. And just be like,
Ow! Ow! Ooh, oh, okay.
like
Okay,
a gentle
yep.
one. Like a gentle one. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt. You might want to do.
Covered in blisters. No. It's thought that counts.
No, like-
That's great.
I'm glad
Not
you're
very nice of
alive.
Me too.
Okay.
Thanks. Glad I'm alive.
Mm-hmm.
Use
Yep.
some
So,
ointment.
Dork,
Yeffy,
Yeah, you should-
you've kind of at this point sort of been inspecting this piece of worked wall.
Oh, yeah, it's really nice.
And you walk around it, and you can see the opening to the northwest. You can see the worked wall leads right up to that opening, and if you kind of poke your head through the opening, you can see then that a right angle of the worked wall continues. And as you look up the smooth edge of that wall, you can see it goes about 10 feet and then stops, and then there's some open space and the ceiling of the cavern. So you think there actually might be a top to this worked piece of stonework that juts into the cave here.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Indigo, lift me up. Looks like there's a top here. We got okay, cool.
Boost
Yeah.
Yeffy up.
All right, Indigo, you boost Yeffy up. Yeffy, you reach up to the top of this piece of, and you see a flat stone. So this sort of platform that kind of then looks out into the cave that your friends are in, and you can see laying on top of this platform appear to be two dead dwarves holding crossbows, like laying on their bellies
What?
on the platform, as if they were covering with their crossbows that very cavern that all your friends are in. And you can see behind them there's a staircase leading down.
Whoa. There's some bodies up here and a staircase.
Oh,
Bruno, there's dead dwarves up here.
What?
I don't know how they died. They look like they're protecting something. I don't know.
Are you sure they're not skaven? Just like with big beards?
Oh, yeah, no, they're not. Come on. They're not. Do I look like a skaven to you? And she's got the big cloak on. And
Yeah. No, not at all.
That's right.
All right. Well, quick.
Quick. Get up here. Now.
Okay, could you boost me very gently? Just kind of. It's just avoid the blisters. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll help them.
Oh.
Ooh, ow, are you okay? Ooh.
Yeah, just burn the palms of my hands. No big deal.
you find yourself on top of a stone platform that looks out now, and you can see, like, from up here, there's a very good view of the cave you were just in and the tunnel leading away from it. In fact, you can even see over there's the spot where the heap of bodies are.
Okay.
And where the drip was coming down. You actually have a very good view of that. And you can see there are two bodies of two dwarves laying on the ground. They're both holding crossbows. And behind them, leading further to the north, is a staircase going down.
So like the bodies of the dwarves are level with where we're at, having been boosted up onto this platform.
Right. Yeah, they're about 10 feet up from the floor of the cave.
Okay. All right. Can I look at the bodies and see if I can tell what killed them?
Sure. Give me an intelligence test, and you can use your surgery skill.
Ooh, yeah. Oh man, now that I'm level 5, I really get a big bonus to this. That's like a 19. Yeah.
Okay. It looks like they have died from asphyxiation. You can see some blueness to their skin and other signs that a medical person would recognize, and I don't, of them having, they appear to have choked to death.
Do they have like strangulation marks on their neck?
They do not.
Do they have anything stuck in their throats?
No, they don't.
Does it look magic-y?
That's suspicious.
I guess I can't tell.
Mina,
Oh,
get up
Bruno
here.
can. All right. It's
Boost me
10
up,
feet, right? I
dude.
could,
Yeah.
You need a boost, yeah.
We're all getting
I do need a
boosted.
boost. All right.
Yeah.
Hooray! I land.
Excellent. So Indigo boosts you up. You get up there. You look around. Roll me intelligence test, Mina.
Oh, that is a 5.
Okay. Nothing innately magical that you're seeing.
I don't know. If it's not invisibility, I don't know it.
Well, they choked or something somehow.
We lean over and help Indigo climb up.
Yeah, you
thank
lead
you.
off the edge and reach down, pull Indigo up.
Oh yeah,
All
here
four
are
of you
dead
now.
dwarves. Yeah.
Do the
Welcome
dwarves
to the
have any
neighborhood.
kind of jewelry or insignias of any kind to tell you who they are? Or
Yeah,
some
you
kind
roll
of-
them over, and you can see that they immediately after you can see that they're wearing armor, and each one on its chest has a small emblem, just up here on the left, just under the left shoulder of the Engineers Guild.
Oh.
Are they friends of yours?
Rude.
They're
What?
they're
What is a
important
reasonable
dwarves.
question?
They're
Oh.
part of a very important guild that I may or may not know in a way.
Oh.
Ominous.
That was a really suspicious way to answer that question. All right.
It
All
was
right.
indeed.
I'm gonna lay down where, like, around where the dwarf bodies were. Am I, like, if I were holding a crossbow, would I be getting a good shot at those skaven from
Yeah,
where they were?
perfect shot. Yep.
Weird.
And you can see now, too, that there's definitely something that juts a little bit from the ceiling, right where that pile of bodies are. Some piece of worked stone that cuts clear from left to right across the top of the roof of the tunnel there.
It's interesting.
It's a murder hold. They tried to murder me. Stupid. I give one of them a little kick, but hurt myself with
Hey!
a blister on my toe.
Hey!
They
tried
thought
to
you were
get
a
me.
rat. They thought
What?
you were a rat.
I'm not a rat. They were wrong.
Yeah, they were.
I guess they didn't kill all those rats, so that was helpful to me. Kind of pros and cons. All right. Look, I'll give the second one a lighter kick. There we go. That seems fair.
Okay.
Fair. There we go.
Wow.
I'll fold their arms nicely, and Yeffy will wrap their cloak around them. The emblem, though, is it part of the armor itself, or is it like a?
It's like stamped in the armor. Like
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
I can't steal it. Cool. Well,
They
this
don't
is
have any
interesting.
signs that they were stabbed by, like, skaven blades or anything.
You don't see that.
Who's down here with us?
No. Only one way to find
Let's
out.
go. That's right. Let's go. Let's go to the stairs. Poor dwarf man.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, what if we went back? Just back up to the surface with some sunlight and some snacks and, like, 2
Oh,
weeks.
do you want some of my
just-
rations? Are you hungry? You're probably hungry. I give her
I think I've been
rations.
unconscious for days. Okay, thanks. Got any raw garlic in here, or just this meat? Okay.
No.
Presumably ravenously hungry.
Suddenly,
It's been like 3 hours.
that's a long time for Bruno.
Yeah.
3 hours.
Oh, all right. Well, I feel much less cranky now. That's nice.
This can't be too far away from the castle, though. I mean, we did walk for quite a ways. But it's still probably within the Wittgenstein land, right?
Yeah.
I know.
I mean-
I feel like I was on that weird minecart for a long time.
If there were people who were living in those lands who are not like viciously mutilated, we should be meeting them. Right?
Yeah.
Like they might
Whatever these
know
dwarves are
something
protecting,
wrong.
it must be important.
That too.
Yeah.
I vote dwarves.
Right. Let's go. I'll just hold my bloody side, and Bruno will just lick his boils, and we'll be fine. Good. Let's go.
Oh yeah, does Bruno want to do some healing for the party as we walk?
Wait, is somebody hurt?
Oh,
Because look, I saved
have 5
3 things
points.
of my worldly possessions: 2 surgery daggers and the scalpel that I'm still pretty sure is just a small dagger.
Well, yeah, you know when that lightning thing happened, and your rat
I do remember the lightning thing.
tried to kill us. Yeah,
I mostly remember
Yeah,
the
well,
lightning thing.
we got hurt pretty bad.
Right,
I mean,
right.
you
Because
helped-
Mina's
you helped
leg and
Mina
then
a
Indigo's
little bit.
arm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you-
you helped Mina
do
a
you want
little
me
bit,
to-
and then yes, please do.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Just to, I'm sure Francis was just not used to his giant body. He didn't know what was happening to him. Probably freaking
Yeah,
out.
he did.
Somebody
I
shot
know.
him and all of us with just a huge bolt. All right, whatever.
Bruno, what if we just got you a dog, like a nice normal dog?
We have a dog.
Would you
named
like that?
Patches? We don't know where he is.
Yeah.
Patches. Oh,
He must still be on the ship.
yeah.
Oh,
Can I attempt to heal Yeffy here?
You can. You hear it
Okay.
here on the top of the platform. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not exactly conducive
Yep.
to healing the
Yep.
environment, but
Not the
Yeah.
best.
So romantic.
yeah, it's real awkward and weird about. Ooh, sorry. Oh, don't mean to. Oh, ooh, let me just. I'll just look away while I do this part. I think 16.
16. Yeffy, are you still under the effects of a critical injury?
I didn't take a critical
You
injury.
didn't take a critical injury. Very good.
Yeah.
Right,
I
you were
I
down
was
to 1.
reduced
You
to
just-
1.
Very good.
Yep. And I've just been sloughing it.
Then
Back
you
out.
will regain 2d6 plus 2 wounds.
Cool. Do I roll that, or does Bruno roll that? Do you roll that?
Whatever you
Who
two
rolls
like.
it? Okay, Bruno's rolling.
9.
9.
9 total. Yeah.
As Bruno is doing this, Indigo, you hear from somewhere down the stairs this very loud crack sound. And just as Bruno's finishing up his work, you hear that noise, and Bruno involuntarily drops his instruments and grabs his forehead.
There's someone still down there.
Don't shoot me.
And I'll draw my sword.
what are you doing, Bruno?
There's-
I got shot in the head. I don't know if I mentioned this. Not with
There's
like
someone down there. We gotta go.
Okay,
with like
okay.
In the staircase?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll
okay,
start
yeah.
moving downstairs, kind of tentatively to see if everybody's following me, but like, we gotta go.
Oh, as you go, Mina's gonna reach out a hand to just grab you and put protection from evil on you.
Excellent.
Yeah, so that's a 3, which is a success.
Very good. You're protected, Indigo. You head down the stairs. The stairs lead down about a flight you would guess, probably back down to the same level of the cave you were in previously. Opens up into a small room where you can see there is stacked up a couple crossbows, several boxes of crossbow bolts, a few other boxes, and a couple small kegs that look like they maybe contain foodstuffs. And you can see there's a door straight across from you and a door to your right.
Do I hear any other sounds now that I'm down here?
Roll me an intelligence test.
11.
Okay. You can hear like a grinding metallic sound coming from the east, which is the door to your right, rather than the one straight across. You're facing north right now.
Okay. I'll run to that door and open it.
Okay.
Watch out, Indigo.
What?
you see a 30-foot passage and an open doorway to the north at the end. So that'd be on the left.
Oh, jeez.
This place is way bigger than I thought it would be.
And you
Yeah,
think
can we do a map on this one too?
you can see a little bit of
Fine.
light, a little bit of flickering light coming from that end.
Can Yeffy grab one of those crossbows and some bolts on the way through?
Sure, absolutely.
These are
Go ahead.
really nice
Yeah.
dwarven make weapons.
Yeah,
I mean,
they are quite good. Yeah, you can grab a crossbow and a dozen bolts if you want.
cool.
I will move towards that light a bit more carefully this time.
Very good. Very good.
Man,
Is
wish I
anyone
had a
following?
hat.
I'm going.
Okay. Yep. Indigo, you make your way down the 30-foot passage carefully. You peer through the open doorway. And it's just like an open archway that appears to open up into a fairly large room. And you can see in this room there are there's on the north end there's this big open elaborate archway that seems to lead into another space, and on either side of it are 2 6-foot tall dwarves made out of solid metal.
Holy
And
shit.
they seem to be fighting about half a dozen skaven. You can see the skaven moving, dodging, and rolling, and fighting and stabbing with swords. And you hear again that scrape of metal as the skaven dodges to the side, and this metallic dwarf just punches one of the skaven and sends it rolling to the ground.
What?
Oh my god!
What do you do?
I think I just stand there stunned a little bit.
Excellent.
Giant dwarves.
Are the rest of us
Yeffy, there
having
are
rest of us
giant
caught up?
dwarves.
There are giant
Look at
metal
that.
ones.
That's not a real giant. That's just golem statues. Like those are
Oh,
right.
Giant
Yeah.
dwarves.
Wait, unless they're just really big with magic. Oh my god, they could be dwarven, like giant. I don't know what they are, but let's kill those cavemen because I don't like them.
Let's help! Let's help!
yeah.
Let's help!
Let's help them.
All right, you're gonna
You're just
rush
gonna
in. Rush in. Okay.
Yeah.
Roll me a d6.
2.
Just as you decide you're going to rush in, you can see one of the huge metal dwarves goes swinging a heavy fist at a skaven. 2 more skaven leap onto its back and plunge their swords repeatedly into a kink in the back of its armor. Sparks and a greenish smoke emerge, and all 4 of them kind of just collapse into a heap
Uh-oh.
on the ground. You got a 4. I'm going to start with Indigo, and I'll go counterclockwise, and I'll go to Yeffy after you. So, Indigo, what are you doing?
I would attack one of this that's distracted.
I unfortunately missed that because you got a little
Oh.
internet congestion just as you were telling me.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I will run in and attack one of the skaven.
One of the Skaven. Very good. Make an attack roll, please.
14?
Nice.
That is a hit.
For 5 points.
Excellent. You deal a vicious blow to one of the Skaven, who squeaks in alarm, not realizing that there were more enemies coming up behind it. Yeffy, what do you do?
I'm going to shoot with the crossbow.
Excellent.
One of the skaven that's up on top of that's getting into the cheeks of the armor, trying to get one of those guys.
Okay.
Does this guy's a sneak attack? Because we're surprising them. Do I sneak attack with a range weapon?
Not with a range weapon. No. Yeah.
Rats.
I know. That's 16.
16, that's a hit.
Yep.
Go
Cool.
ahead, roll me some damage.
That's a 3.
There it is. Okay.
Yay.
And a crossbow bolt strikes one of the skaven, who again shouts in alarm. Bruno, what are you doing?
Absolutely cowering in the corner, just totally comatose, just holding my head, letting out a high-pitched, like, wailing noise.
Excellent. Mina?
How many live skaven are there? Like a whole bunch?
There appear to be 5. One of them has just perished under the collapsing form of one of the metallic dwarves, which also appears to be motionless now.
Got it. I'm going to shoot 2 bolts of magic missile at the 2 furthest skaven.
Very good.
As flashily as possible. This is
Excellent.
very much going to be like, look, we're helping. So I'm going to roll 2d6 to do this. Now that I can do that.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I got a 3 and a 6, which means I would have succeeded either way.
Yep.
So now I'll roll damage. That's 6 on one, 2 on the other.
Very good. Magical bolts go flying across the room, slamming into 2 skaven, leaving horrible scorch marks on them. 3 of the skaven continue to try to deal with the large metal dwarf. One of them actually getting a hit in. There we go. The other 2 skaven rush towards the group, where I believe they're intercepted by Indigo, being the only one who actually seems to have entered into melee, I believe.
Very true.
Oh no, Yeffy's there. Yeffy's there? No, you shot.
Well, I shot one, so I would get in range there.
Yep. Nope, they're coming after Indigo. Those are terrible rolls. They come rushing forward. Indigo stands bravely, parries one, takes another one off the pauldron. I assume you're wearing your fancy armor there, Indigo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
very
AC is
Yep.
ridiculous.
Yep. What do you do?
I attack the one that I hit
Yes.
before.
Yes, which is one of the 2. who was
Try to
just
slay
attacked.
that one. Yeah. Haha! Die, fiends! Sigmar has demanded it. That's another 14.
That's a hit.
Only for 2 points of damage this time.
That is enough, though. You cut down that Skaven, who took a vicious blow before. Yeffy, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm putting the crossbow down, getting my short sword, and going after the other Skaven, trying to maybe flank it or
Okay.
stick about the one that's attacking Indigo.
Okay, great. This one you can get a sneak attack on because it is squarely focused on Indigo.
That's a 15.
That is a hit.
Nice.
Woohoo! That would be 13.
13 damage?
Points of damage?
It's 3. Is it 2? Wait, is it 2d6 or 3d6? Sorry, I've been playing another system on the side. I'm still loyal to all of you people. Is it 3 or is it 2?
How would
Two,
you?
I'll re-roll if it's 2.
It is double normal damage unless you're level 6. You're not level
So
6
no,
yet.
so I'm not level 6. So I'll
Yep.
just re-roll my 2 die. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm really used to
It's
doing another
exciting.
system.
It's not like
So
me
that's
and everyone
9.
else in the
9.
channel are in multiple games.
Sorry.
Is
No.
nevertheless still enough to take down the Skaven. You come
Nice.
sliding up behind it, slice its throat, and it drops in a bloody heap. Bruno, what do you do?
How many are left?
There are 3 left, and they all seem to be tussling with that one metallic dwarf.
Okay, overcome with fear and potential sitting way too close to a big pile of warpstone, Bruno stands up and kind of points his hand at one of the ones still alive and shouts, Nazrep Marak, and I cast Charm Person on it.
God.
Since that is the spell I took.
Charm.
Ideal.
This is on one of the Skaven? Yes?
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Are they humanoid?
Yep.
Yeah, they're totally humanoid. It says humanoid of man size or smaller, so that totally tracks.
Yeah, they're right.
Do you have
I
to
actually
roll
don't know
a
what I
die
rolled
for
for
that,
this.
or
I actually don't know how it
No,
works.
I have to make a saving throw. Okay. The here. Okay, so the skaven that you cast your spell on suddenly, his eyes glaze over a little, and he kind of stumbles a few steps away from the fight and looks at you, kind of bleary-eyed.
Great. And in pure flashback mode, I point at one of the other Skaven and I go, kill, 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 kill.
Mina, what are you doing?
Holy shit, Bruno! Are we close enough? We'll try and give Bruno a high five.
I'm still in terrified casting mode.
Oh, if your hand's still out, you're just gonna slap it.
Which causes Bruno to kind of like.
And
Bruno, you did roll a
that's
casting die, yes, for that?
No, sorry, I don't know how this works.
Oh, you don't know how
sorry.
the system works at all. Okay,
Yeah,
you do need to
what do I
roll.
roll?
You do need to roll a d6. Sorry.
1d6, okay.
Yeah,
I'm just trying not to roll a 1, right?
No, you're trying to roll a 3 or higher.
Trying to roll a 3 or higher. Yep. And you definitely don't want to roll a 1.
Okay. I see. Well, I got a 5.
Very good. Okay, then exactly what we just said happens. Great. Sorry.
Okay, great. Really?
Yep.
I will do my magic missile situation on
Very
the
good.
2 furthest again.
Okay.
1 to each. Okay. So how does this work that I have 2 die? Is it that I add them up to get a number higher than 3?
Yes.
Is that what it is?
That
Okay,
is
great.
what it is.
I got a 3 and a 1, so it's a 4.
that's nice.
Success.
Close.
So that's so the
But I
exciting
still
thing
got a 1.
it's a success, but also a mishap.
Something like that happens.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
That's why I got more die.
Okay.
All right, and I'll cast my spells. Oh god,
Haven't had
that's
a
terrible.
good-
So that's a good way.
haven't had a good magical mishap in a while.
Yeah.
Oh,
Been a-
I can't wait. If it was going to happen to anyone, it would happen to Mina. I rolled 2 1s. That's 2 points of damage to each.
2 points of damage to each.
Yes.
Were you specifically trying to not target the one that Bruno had just
Yes.
cast out?
The ones that
That's
I had
one.
hit before.
Very
That would
good.
be
Very
nice,
good. Yep. Okay.
Now, Mina can recognize a charmed person spell. She's so proud.
Mina, magical bolts go flying from your hands and slam into into the two skaven, and you turn to your friends excitedly to shout how you're helping, you're killing them, and little whiskers kind of grow out of your nose, and you appear vaguely radish.
I don't know this. This is great.
Okay, the skaven that appears to be under the effects of the charm spell stumbles forward, kill, and clumsily swings his sword at one of the other skaven, missing
Nice.
wildly.
Well,
The other two
first
skaven
time.
continue, and successfully cause a little bit more damage to this to the metallic dwarf, who then punches back at the skaven. Landing a solid blow on one of them. Indigo, what do you do?
I'll run forward. I'll help you, giant dwarf, and attack one of those skavens. So there's just the 3 of them, right? The 2 that have been... Mina's been blasting, and the one that's charmed.
Correct.
Okay, I'll just hit one of them. Non-charmed ones.
Okay.
I rolled the exact same roll as I did my last attack.
Excellent.
So 14 hit for 2 points of damage.
2 points. A minor wound. Yeffy?
I'll select as the Skaven who are attacking the giant metal dwarf, right?
Correct.
A random charmed confused.
And a confused charmed skaven.
I will help Indigo, and I will attack the ones attacking dwarf.
Very good.
Oh, that's natural 20.
Excellent.
Nice.
Yay. And there's no actual crit in this game, right? I just roll normal damage.
Correct. Yep, normal damage.
It's 5.
Okay, that is still enough. This Skaven has been beaten and bruised so many times, punched by a giant metal dwarf and cut by Indigo, that it falls dead to the ground. Bruno, what do you do?
I focus entirely on the totally unnecessary act of directing my Skaven, my charmed Skaven. Kill!
Excellent. It continues stumbling forward with its sword. Mina?
Yeah, I'll do that. I will. I guess I'll magic missile again. 'Cause there's no reason not to.
Twitch your nose, your whiskers dance
Yeah.
about.
Is there something on my face? I got a 4 and a 6, so that was successful.
Yes.
And then 12 damage on the remaining.
The magic missiles slam into the remaining Skaven, blasting it to bits. Fur and smoking chunks of Skaven go flying everywhere.
Overkill.
The huge metal dwarf comes crashing forward and swings at the charmed Skaven.
Aww.
Oh, missing, actually, surprisingly missing,
Oh.
as the charmed Skaven goes, just kind of ignores it, turns around, and slowly walks towards Bruno. Indigo, what do you do?
I don't
Kill that
think
helpless
I
innocent.
realized.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to attack the last Skaven. Yeah.
Okay.
Haha! I rolled different numbers now. 24 to hit for 8 points of damage.
You cut down that Skaven. Cut him down in his tracks. He
Aww.
stumbles. He falls to the ground. You notice now that the huge metal dwarf is now barreling towards you. Fists raised. Yeffy, what do you do?
I say we're friends. Dwarven guard, we're here to help, and I'll just lay down on the ground.
Bruno, what do you do?
I snap out of it just in time to shout at the statue in Kazalid that we're friends.
Okay. Mina, what do you do?
Mina is going to do what Yeffy did. And assume Yeffy
Drop
was
to the ground.
what she's
Mina
doing.
and Yeffy have dropped to the ground. Bruno shouts a few words in Kazalid.
Gonna
The
work?
huge metal dwarf lurches forward, about to slam its fist into Indigo, and it kind of creaks and groans to a stop. And then it stomps back to a position just to the side, to the left of the big open archway, and turns and stands there and faces you, as if on guard duty next to that opening.
Oh, shoot.
Ooh. What was all that? Oh, Skaven.
Security
Sorry,
system.
kind of freaked out there.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a really easy fight, so nothing bad happened at all.
You can see now you've entered a room for along the southern wall in the southwestern corner. On the eastern half of the room, there's another door to the south, and on the north side of the room, there's this big open archway. And on one side of that archway stands a huge metal dwarf. And it looks like there would be space for a giant metal dwarf to stand on the other side of that doorway, but it is no longer there.
What side of the room is that?
The archway's on the north side.
On the north side, okay. And there are two exits on the south side?
Correct. The one you came through, and another one that is further to the east.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Which doesn't seem like it would lead into the same passage we just came out of because that dead-ended.
The passage you
before
just
we came
came
to the
out of goes back to the west, so they're in opposite
Okay,
opposite
great.
directions.
Got it.
Whoa. Whoa. I guess we should...
I quickly rummaged through the skaven bodies to see if any of them have the stupid guns that shot me previously, which is what I think I heard.
Yes. Digging through them, you do not find any. None of them seem to have any of those guns.
Damn it. Okay.
Oh. I guess we should keep going through this arch. Is this big dwarf gonna kill us if we walk through there?
Maybe it could.
Kind of seems.
I could go put on the dwarven armor with the signia on it and maybe see if that might have. Well, I'm sure there's like retina scan and a blood sample and probably like some kind of SAT test that I didn't pass.
Well, it seemed to like it when I talked to it in dwarven, so maybe just give it a
very. I like that too. That
really
was
nice.
I kind of.
Maybe just give it a little. Tell it you're cool.
It's unrelated, but Bruno, dude,
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you. Is that your first spell?
Oh, that's nice. I think I mostly just cowered. I was a little freaked out. I think I'm suffering from some kind of
You cast your first
post-traumatic
spell,
stress.
right?
Sorry, what?
Bruno cast magic now? Ugh.
That was
No?
magic.
Happening.
That was magic. You charmed that skaven. You said a thing and then you charmed
What's
it.
given? No, no, not sure. No, I was a little.
Just say.
Look, I heard the noise and saw the
I gave
skaven.
you a
It's just
crisp
kind of been through a
high
lot
five.
recently, so.
Okay.
But we can high five. That's cool. Let's do it.
Okay. High
Great.
five again. You know what? I take it back. But this high five. Let's keep going. Let's go to the dwarf. Let's get killed by the thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She's slowly learning. It's good.
She was supposed to be a moderating influence.
Oops.
Yeah.
So Indigo's
All
gonna
right.
start to walk down this hall, and he'll say to the statue in Kozilid, "We're gonna pass. Don't kill us. We're friends of dwarves." And
You can see
I am a dwarf.
its head is kind of cricked to the side, and there's a cut, like a bit of the metal has been ripped open, perhaps by a sword blow, and a little bit of greenish gas is escaping. And its head kind of jerks a little bit.
okay,
Cool.
And you walk up and you say that in Kozilid, and as you pass through the doorway, it reaches out to grab you.
Oh,
Shoot.
Its
good
fist
idea.
just missing and slamming into the stonework next to you. What do you do, Indigo?
I'll scamper backwards.
Oh, you scamper backwards back into the room,
Yep.
and the thing turns and faces you, and it's moving a kind of a little weirdly and jerkily. And its mouth opens wide, and you can hear a noise that sounds like steam or gas escaping, but vaguely in the echo of it, there is the noise of a voice that's saying in Kozilid. Now, who here actually understands Kozilid? Indigo and Bruno.
not
Great.
Yeffy.
Not Yeffy.
Wait.
Excellent.
Oh my god.
I don't have any
didn't know that.
intelligence for other languages. It's never been on my sheet. I don't speak my own damn language. Okay.
You hear, like its mouth is just open. It's not like moving, like it's talking, and you just hear this sound of like steam escaping, and this gruff voice that sounds like, "You are not allowed. Help me, please!"
What?
And it starts stomping towards you.
Is there someone in there?
I think it wants us to kill it. Put it out of its
Is that what
misery.
it said?
Something like
There might
that.
be someone,
All right,
there might be someone in there.
It closes in on you, Indigo, and again
Okay.
tries to slam its fists into you. Two huge, slow, kind of lumbering swings, and you duck and weave and dodge out of its way. What do you do?
I'll attack it. I'll try to
Okay.
aim for the neck. Where that whizzing wound is.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
19
That is a hit.
Nice.
for 4 points of damage.
Great. You slam, you cut, you make a big dent in the side of its neck, and a bit more of the greenish steam comes spitting out of it. Yeffy, are you doing anything? But it's still moving.
Is there a doorway or a hatch or a latch or some kind of thing that would mean that people get... Have I ever seen anything
Yeah.
like this before?
No, you've definitely not seen anything like it, and you're looking, you don't see any kind of like hinges or knobs or wheels, anything like that, latches, nothing like that.
Okay. Great. I'm guessing that's my turn.
Okay,
Sure.
Bruno, what are you doing?
I guess I'll throw a dagger at and try to aim at the neck
Okay,
bit that seems to already be injured. $16?
it ting and ricochets off of the metal of the
Stupid thing.
Mina.
All right, gonna do my trusty standard magic missiles directly in its face. 2 and a 3, so no critical scavenness. I don't grow ears or anything. And I do 4, 5, 6, 7 points of damage.
7 points. Excellent. Blast it with magical energy, and it goes slamming back into the ground, and it drops heavily, and its head
Nice.
falls over to the side, exposing this big gash, and it kind of jerks and twitches him for a moment, and then stops moving, and there's a crack, and a spark comes out of it, and a bit more greenish steam rises up out of it.
Sorry. Do one of you know how to say sorry in Dwarvish? Please?
They don't have a word for that.
I'm sure they have sorry, they just don't have I forgive you.
I want to see if there's a.
Weird.
I want to go up and treating it like a suit of armor. Try to take it off and see if there's a person in there.
Great. You come over, and it seems like the most natural thing is trying to like pull the helmet off. You grab onto it, Indigo, and you give it a yank, and there's a metallic groan and a pop, and the whole head comes off. And you can see these strange metal bits, gears, and pistons and stuff on the inside, like down in the hole. And in the very center of the hole, you can see a small golf ball-sized hunk of warpstone in the center of its chest.
What? God
They're
damn.
using the warpstone?
What?
That doesn't seem right.
And that's where we'll end for
Yeah.
tonight.
Oh!
Is nothing
Every
sacred.
time. Nothing. Nothing.
At this point, maybe we should get in the warpstone business.
Yeah. Look, I think it's kind of like electricity. It seems just all positives, basically.
Comes from the evil moon.
Yeah. Just like electricity. Yeah.
Just
Like
like
as I
That's
know.
my understanding of
I
electricity.
didn't pay a ton of
Also-
attention in physics in high school, but yeah.
Thank you for joining us tonight, everyone. We hope you enjoyed 10 Dead Rats. Again, we will be off next week, but we will be back the following Thursday, so we'll see you then. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Bye.